to Kill a Mockingbird, video 27. Little review of the previous video. Very specific question. Why would Mrs. Raleigh sometimes open the front door and walk to the edge of the porch? Answer: she would do that to water her canis. Question: can you please describe Mr. Radley? I mean, physically. Answer: well, he was thin, he was leathery. Remember that his cheekbones, right, were sharp, right? His lower lip was full, his upper lip was thin, and most importantly, in a little bit mysterious, at least for me, I don't know if you can imagine, his eyes are colorless. Don't imagine something like fantastic, like a fairy tale, right? But you know, there was no brightness in his eyes. Right? Question: when it comes to his personality and his beliefs, how can we describe Mr. Radley? Answer: he was upright. He was very upright, and he believed the law of God was the only law, and he would always be ramrod straight, right? Okay. I don't know, just one more. This is a personal question. Would you be happy if your mom or dad told you that she would wear you out? And if you were in the south of the United States, very specific, right? Answer: nope, you wouldn't, because when you wear a person out, you spank the person, mainly children. Of course, guys, be careful. I say southern United States because, you know, wear out is like, you know, you can wear out shoes, right? If I wear out shoes, you wear the shoes so many times that they're not good anymore, all right? It takes a long time to wear an eraser out, okay? If a person wears you out, I remember just now there is a Rick Martin, no, what is his name? That Latino guy, what is Living La Vida Loca, right? Is the song. I think it's Rick, well, sorry, I don't remember. But it's about a girl, and she's, whoa, very hot, right? And then in one part he says, I think, she will wear you out. Living La Vida Loca, right? Now, she won't spank you like a father spanks a kid, you know? No, she will wear you out. It means she will make you spend all of your energies, right? Understand it as you will, all right? But you can use, for example, oh, this job is wearing me out, okay? I have no energy left. Keep in mind, this is the let's say more common meaning. This is the meaning you are going to use, okay? Wear out here is more specific. Okay, so, oh yeah, I have one more question. Why, under what circumstances would Atticus wear the kids out? Answer: if they made any noise. Question: why did the kids have to keep complete silence? Answer: because Mr. Radley was dying, right? That was the big deal of our last video. Okay, let's continue. He took his time about it. He took his time about dying. He didn't hurry dying. He didn't die right away. He took his time about dying. Wooden sawhorses blocked the road at each end of Radley's lot. Straw was put down on the sidewalk. Traffic was diverted to the back street. Dr. Reynolds parked his car in front of our house and walked to the Radleys every time he called. Okay, I want you to try to explain to me what is going on here. Sawhorse, how can I explain a sawhorse? It's like a structure like this, you know? You can put, I don't know, somewhere in order to... It has like feet, you know, and then just a plank here. Of course, it's very much easier for you to take a look at Quizlet, right? But you can put somewhere if you want to like close the street, or you can put a sawhorse here, another sawhorse here, and then a board on the top, and you make a table. All right, this is how, when I worked as a carpenter, how we used to do. We had sawhorses there. Okay, so this is sawhorse. Straw, okay, straw. I hope you are okay with straw. You know, when you dry plant, you see in farms in the United States, they dry a kind of plant that is grass, right? And then they store in barns, you know, a lot of that dried plant, so animals can eat during the winter, and etc. That's straw. If you imagine like a redneck, okay, here in Brazil a caipira, he will probably be chewing a straw. You know, you have this grass, long grass. Remember, grass is not just the thing you find on the soccer field. Grass in English is much broader, right? Much broader. Grass-eating animal eats any kind of those kinds of plant, you know. Okay, so imagine you are a redneck, or here in Brazil a caipira, so probably you have a straw, and then you're going to be chewing the straw. You know what I mean? Like a plant. By the way, straw is something else, right? Isn't straw the little tube you use to drink, for example, soda? Yes, it is, because originally there are some kinds of plants, you know, some kinds of grass that are hollow inside. Okay, they're empty inside. So if you get one of those and you cut here and you cut here, you make a straw. And that's a straw, like plastic straw, right? But originally it was not. That's where we get the name straw. By the way, there's a very nice expression in English that is the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm going to take a look. I'm going to straw that broke. I'm going to take a note here, and I will post in the description. If you don't know this expression, there's a very nice etymology to this expression, and the expression is very nice, and I think it will help you internalize the word straw. So click there and watch this video about the straw that broke the camel's back. Okay, but still I want to know what is going on, right? So they put some sawhorses here and there, so they close the street, and then they put straws on the sidewalk. What is going on? Try to answer. Well, we're talking about a small town, right? And we're talking about traditional people, right? So there is this sense of everybody knows the guy is dying, so everybody's will respect. So they just closed the street so cars wouldn't pass in front of his house, because it would be disrespectful. And the straws were there so people wouldn't walk the sidewalks, you know. So all the street there in the region in front of the house was completely isolated. All right. So that's the idea. Even Dr. Reynolds, even the doctor, when he was called, he didn't drive all the way to the front of the house. No, he parked his house in front of our narrator's, he parked his car in front of our narrator's house, and then he walked there, right? Jim and I crept around the yard for days. Remember, creep is something interesting. A baby, before the baby learns how to walk, creeps, right? So that's the first meaning. Second, a snake, even though a snake doesn't have legs and arms, a snake also creeps. Two meanings already, right? Third meaning, you walk very stealthily. You walk trying to make no noise at all, right? So that's creep. And of course then we have creep, crept, crept. So Jim and I crept around the yard for days. At last, finally, the sawhorses were taken away, and we stood watching from the front porch when Mr. Radley made his final journey past our house. There goes the meanest man God ever blew his breath into, murmured Calpurnia. And she spat meditatively into the yard. Okay, spit, right? Right? The past of spit is spat. There is a very common question people ask with spit, but that's not the point here. Well, first let's understand God blew breath into. What does that mean? Try to answer it. Well, the answer is when God made man, remember? God made man using clay, and the clay was there lifeless, right? But at a certain point, God put his breath on the man and brought life to the man. So this is what she means, right? This is the meanest, the most evil man God has ever given life to, murmured Calpurnia, and she spat into the yard, and we looked at her in surprise. Why? For Calpurnia rarely commented on the ways of white people, and here we find out that Calpurnia is black, right? And it's interesting because, so probably we know, remember all of our suspicions about Mr. Radley and what kind of things he would do to Bull, right? We still don't know, but we know, according to Atticus, that he made Bull into a ghost, right? Calpurnia knows that, and that's why she hates the guy so much.